Fearless Failure: Why Falling Flat is the New Success. Written and published by MSC Boost. Chapter 1. Failure: The Unexpected Ally. Failure. The mere mention of the word often evokes feelings of dread, shame, and disappointment. Society has conditioned us to view failure as the ultimate setback, a sign of weakness and inadequacy. We are taught from a young age that success is the only acceptable outcome, and anything less is simply not an option. However, what if we challenged this long-held belief? What if we dared to see failure in a new light, not as a roadblock, but as a necessary stepping stone on the path to greatness? History is replete with stories of individuals who faced countless setbacks before achieving their dreams. Thomas Edison, the renowned inventor, famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." Edison understood that each unsuccessful attempt brought him closer to his goal. He embraced failure as an integral part of the innovation process, using it to refine his ideas and push forward. Similarly, J.K. Rowling, the author of the beloved Harry Potter series, faced rejection from 12 publishers before finally finding success. In her Harvard commencement speech, Rowling shared, "It is impossible to live without failing at something, unless you live so cautiously that you might as well not have lived at all, in which case, you fail by default." Rowling's words serve as a powerful reminder that failure is not only inevitable, but also essential for personal growth and development. The fear of failure often stems from a fixed mindset, the belief that our abilities and intelligence are static and cannot be improved. However, by adopting a growth mindset, we open ourselves up to the possibility of learning and improvement. Stanford psychologist Carol Dweck explains that individuals with a growth mindset view challenges and failures as opportunities for growth, rather than threats to their self-worth. By embracing this mindset, we can reframe failure as a valuable learning experience and use it to fuel our motivation and resilience. Failure teaches us invaluable lessons that success simply cannot. When we fail, we are forced to confront our weaknesses, reassess our strategies, and develop new approaches. We learn to adapt, innovate, and persevere in the face of adversity. These skills are essential not only in our personal lives, but also in our professional endeavors. In today's rapidly changing world, the ability to bounce back from failure and pivot when necessary is a key determinant of long-term success. Moreover, failure helps us develop a sense of humility and perspective. When we experience setbacks, we are reminded that success is not guaranteed, and that there is always room for improvement. This realization can be a powerful motivator, pushing us to work harder, stay curious, and continually seek out new opportunities for growth. Failure also fosters resilience, the ability to withstand and recover from adversity. Resilience is not an innate trait, but rather a skill that can be developed and strengthened over time. By embracing failure as a natural part of the learning process, we build the mental toughness and grit necessary to overcome obstacles and persist in the face of challenges. Of course, embracing failure is easier said than done. The sting of disappointment and the fear of judgment can be difficult to overcome. However, by cultivating a supportive network of mentors, colleagues, and loved ones, we can create a safe space to take risks and learn from our mistakes. Surrounding ourselves with individuals who celebrate effort and growth, rather than just success, can help us reframe failure as a positive and necessary part of the journey. Failure is not the enemy. It is an unexpected ally on the path to success. By redefining our relationship with failure, we open ourselves up to a world of possibilities. We learn to take risks, embrace challenges, and view setbacks as opportunities for growth and self-discovery. The road to success is paved with failures, and it is only by learning to navigate these bumps and detours that we can truly unlock our full potential. As we move forward, let us challenge ourselves to see failure in a new light. Let us embrace the discomfort, learn from our mistakes, and use them as fuel for our dreams. For it is only when we are willing to fail fearlessly that we can truly succeed beyond our wildest imagination. Chapter 2. Cultivating a failure-friendly mindset. The path to fearless failure begins with a shift in perspective. Our thoughts and beliefs about failure shape our actions and, ultimately, our outcomes. Cultivating a failure-friendly mindset is essential for navigating the challenges and setbacks that inevitably arise on the road to success. Fear of failure is a natural human response, rooted in our innate desire for self-preservation. We are wired to avoid situations that threaten our sense of safety and security, and failure often feels like a direct attack on our self-worth. However, by recognizing and confronting this fear head-on, we can begin to dismantle the limiting beliefs that hold us back. The first step in overcoming fear of failure is to reframe our definition of success. Society often equates success with perfection, creating an unrealistic and unattainable standard. By embracing the idea that success is a journey rather than a destination, we open ourselves up to the possibility of growth and learning along the way. Failure, then, becomes a natural and necessary part of the process, rather than a sign of personal inadequacy. Adopting a growth mindset is crucial for cultivating a failure-friendly attitude. Psychologist Carol Dweck's research has shown that individuals with a growth mindset view challenges and setbacks as opportunities for learning and development, while those with a fixed mindset see them as threats to their intelligence and abilities. By embracing the belief that our skills and knowledge can be expanded through effort and experience, we create a mental framework that allows for failure without undermining our sense of self. Developing resilience is another key component of a failure-friendly mindset. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from adversity, to adapt and persevere in the face of challenges. Like any skill, resilience can be strengthened through practice and intentional effort. By exposing ourselves to controlled risks and learning to navigate the discomfort of failure, we build the mental and emotional muscles necessary to withstand future setbacks. One practical strategy for building resilience is to reframe failure as feedback. When we experience a setback, it's easy to get caught up in self-blame and negative self-talk. However, by viewing failure as valuable information about what didn't work, we can approach it with curiosity and a problem-solving mindset. Asking questions like, "What can I learn from this experience?" and "How can I use this information to improve my approach?" shifts the focus from personal shortcomings to growth opportunities. Another effective tool for cultivating a failure-friendly mindset is to surround ourselves with supportive and like-minded individuals. The people we choose to associate with have a profound impact on our beliefs and behaviors. By building a network of mentors, colleagues, and friends who embrace failure as a necessary part of the learning process, we create a safe and encouraging environment to take risks and push ourselves outside of our comfort zone. It's also important to celebrate small wins and progress along the way. Failure can be demoralizing, and it's easy to get discouraged when faced with repeated setbacks. By acknowledging and celebrating incremental successes, we maintain motivation and build momentum towards our larger goals. This practice of self-compassion and positive reinforcement helps to counterbalance the negative emotions that often accompany failure. Finally, cultivating a failure-friendly mindset requires a willingness to let go of perfection and embrace vulnerability. Failure is a universal human experience, and yet we often feel the need to present a flawless facade to the world. By sharing our struggles and setbacks with others, we create space for authentic connection and support. Vulnerability is not a weakness, but rather a strength that allows us to learn, grow, and inspire others on their own journeys. Cultivating a failure-friendly mindset is an ongoing process, one that requires patience, self-awareness, and a commitment to personal growth. By reframing our beliefs about failure, developing resilience, surrounding ourselves with supportive individuals, celebrating small wins, and embracing vulnerability, we lay the foundation for a life of fearless experimentation and boundless potential. With a failure-friendly mindset, we are equipped to face challenges head-on, learn from our mistakes, and ultimately achieve our wildest dreams. Chapter 3. The art of intelligent risk-taking. Failure and risk are inextricably linked. To achieve great things, we must be willing to step outside of our comfort zones and take calculated risks. However, not all risks are created equal. The key to successful risk-taking lies in the ability to distinguish between reckless and intelligent risks. Reckless risks are those taken without careful consideration of the potential consequences. They are often driven by impulse, emotion, or a desire for instant gratification. This risk may pay off more often than not. They lead to unnecessary failures and setbacks. Intelligent risks, on the other hand, are those taken after a thorough assessment of the potential outcomes and a clear understanding of the steps needed to mitigate potential downsides. The first step in taking intelligent risks is to clearly define your goals and objectives. What are you hoping to achieve? What does success look like? By having a clear target in mind, you can more easily identify the risks that are worth taking and those that are best avoided. This clarity of purpose also helps to keep you motivated and focused when faced with challenges and setbacks along the way. Next, it's essential to gather as much information as possible about the potential risks and rewards of your chosen path. This may involve conducting research, seeking out the advice of experts, or learning from the experiences of others who have taken similar risks in the past. The more knowledge you have, the better equipped you will be to make informed decisions and navigate the challenges that arise. Once you have a clear understanding of the risks involved, it's time to develop a plan of action. This plan should include specific steps for mitigating potential downsides and maximizing the chances of success. It may involve breaking your larger goal down into smaller, more manageable tasks, setting clear milestones and deadlines, and identifying the resources and support you will need along the way. One effective strategy for managing risk is to start small and scale up over time. By taking smaller, calculated risks at first, you can test your assumptions, refine your approach, and build confidence before taking on larger challenges. This iterative process allows you to learn from your failures and successes, making adjustments as needed to increase your chances of success. It's also important to have a clear understanding of your own risk tolerance. Some individuals thrive on high-stakes situations, while others prefer a more cautious approach. There is no right or wrong answer, but it's essential to be honest with yourself about what level of risk you are comfortable with. Pushing yourself outside of your comfort zone can lead to growth and opportunity, but taking on more risk than you can handle can lead to undue stress and burnout. Another key aspect of intelligent risk-taking is the ability to adapt and pivot when necessary. Even the best-laid plans can go awry, and successful risk-takers are those who are able to think on their feet and adjust their approach in real time. This may involve recognizing when a particular strategy isn't working, seeking out new information or resources, or even changing course entirely. The ability to be flexible and responsive in the face of challenges is a crucial skill for navigating the uncertainties of risk-taking. It's also important to have a support system in place when taking risks. Surrounding yourself with individuals who believe in your vision, offer constructive feedback, and provide emotional support can make all the difference when facing the inevitable challenges and setbacks that come with taking risks. This may include mentors, colleagues, friends, or family members who can offer guidance, perspective, and encouragement along the way. Finally, intelligent risk-taking requires a willingness to learn from failure. No one succeeds every time, and even the most successful individuals have experienced their share of setbacks and disappointments. The key is to approach failure as a valuable learning opportunity, rather than a personal defeat. By analyzing what went wrong, identifying areas for improvement, and adjusting your approach accordingly, you can turn failures into stepping stones on the path to success. The art of intelligent risk-taking is a critical skill for anyone seeking to achieve their full potential. By clearly defining your goals, gathering information, developing a plan of action, starting small and scaling up, understanding your risk tolerance, adapting as needed, building a support system, and learning from failure, you can take calculated risks with confidence and resilience. Embracing intelligent risk-taking allows you to push past your limitations, seize new opportunities, and ultimately achieve the success you desire. So go forth, take smart risks, and let your failures propel you to new heights. Chapter 4. Failing Forward. Turning setbacks into comebacks. Failure is an inevitable part of the human experience. No matter how carefully we plan or how hard we work, setbacks and disappointments are bound to happen. The key to success lies not in avoiding failure altogether, but in learning how to fail forward to extract valuable lessons from our mistakes and use them as fuel for future growth and achievement. The concept of failing forward is rooted in the idea that failure is not a permanent state, but rather a temporary setback on the path to success. When we encounter obstacles or roadblocks, it's easy to become discouraged and lose sight of our goals. However, by reframing failure as an opportunity for learning and growth, we can maintain our momentum and continue moving forward, even in the face of adversity. One of the most important aspects of failing forward is developing a systematic approach to learning from mistakes. This involves taking a step back from the situation, analyzing what went wrong, and identifying specific areas for improvement. Rather than simply chalking up a failure to bad luck or external circumstances, successful individuals take ownership of their mistakes and use them as a springboard for personal and professional development. To effectively learn from failure, it's essential to cultivate a mindset of curiosity and openness. This means approaching setbacks with a sense of wonder and a willingness to explore new perspectives and possibilities. Instead of getting defensive or making excuses, ask yourself questions like, what can I learn from this experience? What could I have done differently? How can I use this knowledge to improve my approach in the future? One practical strategy for extracting valuable insights from failure is to keep a failure log. This is a written record of your setbacks and the lessons you've learned from them. Each time you encounter a failure, take a few minutes to jot down what happened, what you learned, and how you plan to apply this knowledge moving forward. Over time, this log will become a valuable resource for reflection and self-improvement, helping you to identify patterns and trends in your behavior and decision-making. Another key aspect of failing forward is learning to reframe failure as a necessary step on the path to success. Many of the world's most accomplished individuals have experienced significant setbacks and failures on their way to the top. What sets them apart is their ability to view these experiences not as roadblocks, but as stepping stones towards their ultimate goals. Take, for example, the story of Thomas Edison, who famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." Edison understood that each failed attempt brought him one step closer to his goal of creating a functional light bulb. He viewed failure not as a personal shortcoming, but as a natural and necessary part of the innovation process. Similarly, when we encounter setbacks in our own lives, it's important to keep things in perspective and remember that failure is often a precursor to success. Instead of getting discouraged or giving up, we can choose to view failure as a valuable learning experience and an opportunity to refine our approach. By maintaining a positive attitude and a growth mindset, we can turn even the most challenging setbacks into stepping stones towards our goals. Of course, failing forward is easier said than done. It takes practice, patience, and a willingness to step outside of our comfort zones. However, by incorporating a few key strategies into our daily lives, we can cultivate the resilience and adaptability needed to turn setbacks into comebacks. One effective strategy is to surround ourselves with supportive and like-minded individuals who can offer encouragement and guidance when we encounter failure. This may include mentors, colleagues, friends, or family members who believe in our potential and are willing to offer honest feedback and advice. By building a strong support network, we can create a safe space to take risks, learn from our mistakes, and bounce back from setbacks. Another important strategy is to celebrate our successes, no matter how small. When we're in the midst of a failure, it's easy to lose sight of our progress and accomplishments. However, by taking the time to acknowledge and celebrate our wins, we can maintain a sense of perspective and motivation, even in the face of adversity. This may involve keeping a gratitude journal, sharing our successes with others, or simply taking a moment to reflect on how far we've come. Failing forward is a skill that can be developed and strengthened over time. By cultivating a mindset of curiosity and openness, keeping a failure log, reframing failure as a necessary step on the path to success, surrounding ourselves with supportive individuals, and celebrating our successes, we can learn to turn even the most challenging setbacks into opportunities for growth and achievement. Remember, failure is not the end of the story, it's simply a chance to write a new chapter. So embrace your failures, learn from them, and use them as fuel to propel you towards your wildest dreams. Chapter 5. The Power of Persistence. Rising from the Ashes. In the face of failure, it's easy to become discouraged and lose sight of our goals. The road to success is rarely a straight line, and setbacks and obstacles are an inevitable part of the journey. However, what separates those who achieve their dreams from those who fall short is often a single key trait: persistence. Persistence is the ability to keep going, even when the going gets tough. It's the willingness to pick ourselves up after a failure, dust ourselves off, and try again. Persistence is what allows us to view setbacks not as dead ends, but as detours on the path to success. And it's a skill that can be developed and strengthened over time. The first step in cultivating persistence is to develop a clear and compelling vision of what we want to achieve. When we have a strong sense of purpose and direction, it's easier to stay motivated and focused, even in the face of challenges and setbacks. This may involve setting specific, measurable goals, creating a vision board or mission statement, or simply taking the time to reflect on what truly matters to us. Once we have a clear vision in place, the next step is to break it down into smaller, manageable tasks and milestones. Trying to tackle a big goal all at once can be overwhelming and discouraging, especially when we encounter obstacles along the way. By breaking our vision down into bite-sized pieces, we can create a sense of progress and momentum, even when the finish line seems far away. Another key strategy for developing persistence is to cultivate a growth mindset. As we discussed in Chapter 2, a growth mindset is the belief that our abilities and intelligence can be developed through hard work and learning. When we approach challenges with a growth mindset, we're more likely to view failures as opportunities for growth and improvement, rather than as personal shortcomings. Developing mental toughness is also critical for persistence. Mental toughness is the ability to stay focused, motivated, and resilient in the face of adversity. It's what allows us to keep pushing forward, even when we're tired, frustrated, or discouraged. Like any skill, mental toughness can be developed through practice and intentional effort. One effective strategy for building mental toughness is to embrace discomfort. When we step outside of our comfort zones and take on new challenges, we build resilience and adaptability. We learn to tolerate uncertainty and ambiguity, and to keep moving forward even when the path ahead is unclear. Over time, this exposure to discomfort helps us develop the mental strength and flexibility needed to persist through even the toughest setbacks. Another important aspect of persistence is learning to reframe failure as feedback. When we encounter a setback, it's easy to get caught up in negative self-talk and self-doubt. However, by viewing failure as valuable information about what didn't work, we can approach it with curiosity and a problem-solving mindset. We can ask ourselves questions like, what can I learn from this experience? What could I have done differently? How can I use this knowledge to improve my approach moving forward? Surrounding ourselves with supportive and like-minded individuals is also key for maintaining persistence. When we're working towards a big goal, it's easy to feel isolated and alone, especially when we encounter setbacks and failures. However, by building a network of mentors, colleagues, and friends who believe in our vision and offer encouragement and guidance, we can create a sense of community and support that helps us stay motivated and focused. Finally, one of the most powerful strategies for developing persistence is to celebrate small wins and progress along the way. When we're working towards a big goal, it's easy to get discouraged by how far we still have to go. However, by taking the time to acknowledge and celebrate our successes, no matter how small, we can maintain a sense of momentum and motivation. This may involve keeping a success journal, sharing our progress with others, or simply taking a moment to reflect on how far we've come. Persistence is not about being perfect or never failing. It's about having the courage to keep going, even when the road ahead is uncertain or difficult. It's about learning from our mistakes, adapting to new challenges, and maintaining a sense of purpose and direction, even in the face of adversity. Developing persistence is a lifelong journey, one that requires patience, self-compassion, and a willingness to embrace discomfort and uncertainty. However, by cultivating a clear vision, breaking big goals down into manageable tasks, developing a growth mindset and mental toughness, reframing failure as feedback, surrounding ourselves with support, and celebrating small wins, we can build the resilience and determination needed to rise from the ashes of failure and achieve our wildest dreams. So keep pushing forward, one step at a time, and trust that your persistence will ultimately lead you to the success you desire. Chapter 6. Reframing failure. The importance of perspective. Failure is an inherent part of the human experience. Yet the way we perceive and interpret failure can have a profound impact on our ability to learn, grow, and ultimately succeed. Our perspective on failure shapes our emotional response, our subsequent actions, and our overall resilience in the face of adversity. By consciously reframing our thoughts and beliefs about failure, we can transform it from a debilitating roadblock into a powerful catalyst for personal and professional growth. The first step in reframing failure is to recognize and challenge the limiting beliefs we hold about it. Many of us have internalized messages from a young age that equate failure with inadequacy, shame, or worthlessness. We may believe that failure is a permanent state, a reflection of our inherent abilities or character, rather than a temporary setback or learning opportunity. These beliefs can create a self-fulfilling prophecy, causing us to avoid risks, give up prematurely, or become paralyzed by fear of failure. However, by examining these beliefs with curiosity and compassion, we can begin to dismantle them and replace them with more empowering perspectives. We can remind ourselves that failure is a natural and necessary part of the learning process, and that even the most successful individuals have experienced numerous setbacks and failures on their path to success. We can choose to view failure not as a personal flaw or a dead end, but as a valuable source of feedback and an opportunity for growth. One powerful way to reframe failure is to view it as a temporary setback rather than a permanent defeat. When we encounter a failure, it's easy to become overwhelmed by negative emotions and to feel like giving up. However, by reminding ourselves that failure is a normal and inevitable part of any worthwhile pursuit, we can maintain a sense of perspective and resilience. We can choose to view failure as a temporary detour on the path to success, rather than a final destination. Another key aspect of reframing failure is to focus on the lessons and insights gained from the experience, rather than dwelling on the negative outcomes. Every failure contains valuable information about what didn't work, what could be improved, and what to try differently next time. By approaching failure with a growth mindset and a spirit of curiosity, we can extract these lessons and use them to inform our future efforts. We can ask ourselves questions like, what did I learn from this experience? What skills or knowledge do I need to develop to be more successful next time? How can I use this failure as a springboard for growth and improvement? Embracing failure as an essential part of the creative process is another powerful way to reframe our perspective. Many of the world's most groundbreaking innovations and artistic masterpieces were born out of numerous failures and iterations. The Wright brothers, for example, experienced countless crashes and setbacks before finally achieving powered flight. Thomas Edison famously said, I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work, highlighting the idea that failure is an integral part of the discovery and invention process. By viewing failure as a natural and necessary part of the creative journey, we can approach it with a sense of excitement and possibility, rather than fear or dread. We can give ourselves permission to experiment, take risks, and try new things, knowing that each failure brings us one step closer to a breakthrough or masterpiece. We can cultivate a sense of playfulness and curiosity, viewing each failure as an opportunity to learn, grow, and create something new and unique. Of course, reframing failure is easier said than done, especially when the stakes are high or the failures are particularly painful or public. It takes practice, self-compassion, and a willingness to challenge deeply ingrained beliefs and habits. However, by committing to a practice of conscious reframing, we can gradually shift our perspective and develop greater resilience and adaptability in the face of failure. One practical strategy for reframing failure is to keep a failure journal or log. Each time we experience a failure or setback, we can take a few minutes to reflect on the experience, noting what happened, how we felt, and what we learned. Over time, this practice can help us develop a more objective and growth-oriented perspective on failure, as well as identify patterns or areas for improvement in our approach. Surrounding ourselves with supportive and growth-oriented individuals can also be tremendously helpful in reframing failure. When we're in the midst of a failure, it's easy to become consumed by negative self-talk and self-doubt. However, by seeking out mentors, colleagues, and friends who view failure as an opportunity for learning and growth, we can gain valuable perspective and encouragement. These individuals can help us see our failures in a new light, offer guidance and support, and remind us of our inherent worth and potential, even in the face of setbacks. Ultimately, the power of reframing failure lies in our ability to choose our perspective and response. We may not be able to control the failures and setbacks that come our way, but we can always control how we interpret and learn from them. By consciously challenging limiting beliefs, embracing failure as a natural part of the learning and creative process, and surrounding ourselves with supportive individuals, we can develop the mental flexibility and resilience needed to turn failures into stepping stones on the path to success. Reframing failure is a lifelong practice, one that requires patience, self-awareness, and a commitment to personal growth. However, by making a conscious effort to shift our perspective and embrace failure as an opportunity for learning and development, we open ourselves up to a world of possibility and potential. We become more willing to take risks, try new things, and pursue our dreams with courage and resilience. And in doing so, we not only increase our chances of success, but also cultivate a deeper sense of purpose, meaning, and fulfillment in all areas of our lives. Chapter 7. Building a failure support system. Navigating the complex terrain of failure can be a daunting and isolating experience. The fear of judgment, ridicule, or disappointment from others can prevent us from sharing our struggles and seeking the support we need to overcome setbacks and continue moving forward. However, building a strong failure support system is crucial for developing the resilience, perspective, and motivation needed to turn failures into opportunities for growth and success. A failure support system is a network of individuals who provide encouragement, guidance, and accountability as we navigate the challenges and setbacks of pursuing our goals. These individuals may include mentors, colleagues, friends, family members, or even professional coaches or therapists. The key is to surround ourselves with people who believe in our potential, challenge us to learn and grow from our failures, and offer a safe and non-judgmental space to process our experiences. One of the most important aspects of building a failure support system is seeking out individuals who have successfully navigated failure in their own lives. These individuals can offer valuable insights, advice, and perspective based on their own experiences of turning setbacks into opportunities for growth and success. They can help us see our failures in a new light, offer practical strategies for overcoming obstacles, and remind us that failure is a natural and necessary part of the learning process. Mentorship is a particularly powerful form of failure support. A mentor is someone who has achieved success in a particular field or area of life and is willing to share their knowledge, skills, and experience with others. Mentors can provide guidance, feedback, and accountability as we work towards our goals, helping us navigate the challenges and setbacks that inevitably arise along the way. They can also serve as role models, demonstrating through their own actions and attitudes that failure is not a dead end, but rather a stepping stone to greater success and fulfillment. In addition to seeking out mentors and role models, building a failure support system also involves cultivating a network of peers and colleagues who are pursuing similar goals or facing similar challenges. These individuals can offer a sense of camaraderie, shared experience, and mutual support as we navigate the ups and downs of failure and success. They can provide a sounding board for ideas, a source of encouragement and motivation, and a reminder that we are not alone in our struggles. One way to cultivate a peer support network is to join or create a mastermind group or accountability partnership. A mastermind group is a small group of individuals who meet regularly to share ideas, offer feedback and support, and hold each other accountable for making progress towards their goals. Accountability partnerships involve pairing up with another individual who is pursuing similar goals and checking in regularly to share progress, challenges, and successes. These types of peer support structures can provide a powerful sense of connection, motivation, and accountability, helping us stay focused and resilient in the face of failure. Another key aspect of building a failure support system is fostering a culture of psychological safety and experimentation within our personal and professional lives. Psychological safety refers to the belief that one can take risks, make mistakes, and express oneself openly without fear of negative consequences or judgment. When we feel psychologically safe, we are more likely to take on new challenges, share our struggles and vulnerabilities, and learn from our failures. Creating a culture of psychological safety involves modeling vulnerability and openness, encouraging open communication and feedback, and reframing failure as a natural and valuable part of the learning process. It means creating a space where individuals feel supported, valued, and encouraged to take risks and experiment with new ideas and approaches. This type of culture can be cultivated within families, friendships, teams, organizations, or any other group or community where learning and growth are prioritized. Of course, building a failure support system is not always easy, especially if we have experienced judgment, criticism, or rejection in the past. It takes courage, vulnerability, and a willingness to reach out and ask for help, even when we feel most alone or ashamed. However, by taking small steps to seek out supportive individuals, cultivate a growth mindset, and create a culture of psychological safety, we can gradually build the resilience and resourcefulness needed to turn failures into opportunities for learning and growth. Practical strategies for building a failure support system might include identifying and reaching out to potential mentors or role models who have successfully navigated failure in their own lives, joining or creating a mastermind group or accountability partnership with peers who are pursuing similar goals, cultivating a growth mindset, and reframing failure as a natural and necessary part of the learning process, practicing vulnerability and openness in our relationships and communication, modeling the type of support and non-judgment we seek from others, seeking out resources such as books, podcasts, or workshops that offer guidance and inspiration for overcoming failure and building resilience, reflecting regularly on our experiences of failure and support, identifying what works and what doesn't, and making adjustments as needed. Building a failure support system is an ongoing process, one that requires intention, effort, and a willingness to be vulnerable and ask for help. However, by surrounding ourselves with supportive and growth-oriented individuals, cultivating a culture of psychological safety and experimentation, and seeking out mentorship and guidance, we can develop the resilience, perspective, and motivation needed to turn failures into powerful opportunities for learning, growth, and ultimate success. We can create a life in which failure is not a source of shame or defeat, but rather a badge of honor, a testament to our courage, perseverance, and commitment to personal and professional growth. Chapter 8. Failing with Purpose. Aligning failures with your mission. Failure, while often painful and discouraging, can also be a powerful catalyst for personal and professional growth. However, not all failures are created equal. Some failures are the result of taking intentional risks in pursuit of our deepest values and aspirations, while others are the consequence of misaligned priorities, lack of clarity, or avoidance of our true purpose. To truly harness the transformative power of failure, we must learn to fail with purpose to align our failures with our core mission and values. Failing with purpose begins with defining our personal mission, the overarching purpose or calling that guides our lives and gives meaning to our struggles and successes. Our mission is the fundamental reason we do what we do, the ultimate impact we hope to have on the world around us. It is the lens through which we filter our decisions, our actions, and our failures. Defining our personal mission requires deep introspection and self-awareness. It involves asking ourselves questions such as, what are my core values and beliefs? What are my unique strengths, talents, and passions? What kind of impact do I want to have on the world? What legacy do I want to leave behind? The answers to these questions may evolve over time, but they provide an essential foundation for aligning our failures with our deepest sense of purpose. Once we have clarity around our personal mission, we can begin to evaluate our failures through this lens. We can ask ourselves, did this failure occur in pursuit of my core values and aspirations, or was it the result of misaligned priorities or lack of clarity? What can this failure teach me about my true purpose and the impact I hope to have on the world? How can I use this failure to refine my mission and redirect my efforts towards more meaningful goals? By regularly reflecting on our failures in light of our personal mission, we can begin to cultivate a sense of purpose and intentionality in our setbacks. We can reframe failures as valuable feedback, guiding us towards a deeper understanding of ourselves and the impact we hope to have on the world. We can learn to embrace failures as opportunities for growth, learning, and course correction, rather than as indicators of our worth or ability. Failing with purpose also involves ensuring that our day-to-day actions and decisions are aligned with our long-term goals and values. This means setting intentional priorities, creating actionable plans, and making conscious choices that move us closer to our desired impact. It means being willing to say no to opportunities or distractions that don't align with our mission, even if they offer short-term rewards or validation. Of course, aligning our failures with our personal mission is not always easy, especially in the face of external pressures, expectations, or setbacks. It requires courage, resilience, and a willingness to take risks and face uncertainty in pursuit of our deepest values and aspirations. It means being willing to fail, learn, and try again, even when the path ahead is unclear or the odds seem stacked against us. However, by failing with purpose, we can tap into a deep well of motivation, resilience, and fulfillment. We can find meaning and growth in even the most challenging setbacks, knowing that they are guiding us towards a deeper understanding of ourselves and the impact we hope to have on the world. We can cultivate a sense of authenticity and integrity, knowing that our failures and successes alike are aligned with our truest values and aspirations. Failing with purpose also allows us to inspire and empower others on their own journeys of growth and self-discovery. By sharing our failures and the lessons we've learned in pursuit of our mission, we can normalize the experience of setbacks and encourage others to take bold, purposeful risks in service of their own values and aspirations. We can create a ripple effect of positive change, inspiring others to fail with courage, resilience, and intentionality. Practical strategies for failing with purpose might include setting aside regular time for introspection and self-reflection, exploring our core values, strengths, passions, and desired impact, creating a personal mission statement, that encapsulates our overarching purpose and guides our decisions and actions. Regularly evaluating our failures and setbacks through the lens of our personal mission, asking what we can learn and how we can realign our efforts, setting intentional priorities and creating actionable plans that move us closer to our long-term goals and values. Seeking out mentors, coaches, or accountability partners who can support us in aligning our failures with our mission and staying true to our deepest aspirations. Sharing our failures and lessons learned with others, normalizing the experience of setbacks, and inspiring others to fail with purpose and intentionality. Failing with purpose is a lifelong practice, one that requires ongoing self-reflection, courage, and commitment to our deepest values and aspirations. However, by aligning our failures with our personal mission, we can transform setbacks into powerful opportunities for growth, learning, and positive impact. We can cultivate a sense of meaning, authenticity, and fulfillment, knowing that our failures and successes alike are in service of something greater than ourselves. Failing with purpose is not about avoiding failure altogether, but rather about failing in the right direction towards our truest values, passions, and desired impact. It is about learning to embrace failure as a natural and necessary part of the growth process, and using it to refine our understanding of ourselves and the difference we hope to make in the world. As we navigate the ups and downs of failure and success, may we remain true to our deepest mission and values. May we fail with courage, resilience, and intentionality, knowing that each setback brings us closer to our ultimate purpose and potential. And may we inspire others to do the same, creating a world in which failure is not a source of shame or defeat, but rather a powerful catalyst for personal and collective transformation.